You out here acting like you want to find your purpose, level up your life, and do all this other stuff, but you still ain't got over that old stuff. That old traumatic shit that you've been through is still holding you back. You like the bag lady off of Erika Badu song. Baby, you need to let it go. So let's talk about how you can let it go for real. Let's talk about it. Hold up.
What's up, family? You are now tuned in to Transform to Thrive, the only podcast created to help women learn who they are, love on themselves, and level the fuck up. I'm your host, Effortlessly Erika, your favorite mindset coach and brain strategist, and I'm going to take you on a journey of transformation.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but baby, the trauma is holding you back. You out here talking about breaking generational curses, accomplishing big goals, doing all these things that you've never heard anybody in your family do, but you're still doing something that your mama, your cousins, your brothers, and everybody else is still doing. You're still holding on to it. You holding on to the trauma. You holding on to the anger. You won't let it go. And until you get the fuck over it, you will never be able to move on. My name is Effortlessly Erika. Welcome to Transform to Thrive podcast, and we are talking about transforming your mindset to manifest the life of your dreams. If you really want to accomplish all those goals and manifest that life that you've been dreaming of, you're going to have to forgive. Now, I'm not saying that you got to forget, but I am saying that you're going to have to forgive. Let's dive into it. People who know me know that I'm a very literal person, okay? I like to know the facts. I like to know definitions. I like to understand what a word means before I'm saying it. So let's look up forgiveness, because I believe that the key to getting the fuck over shit is to forgive the person who hurt you and yourself for putting yourself in that situation. So let's look up forgiveness real quick. What is forgiveness, y'all? Forgiveness. Forgiveness is the action or the process of forgiving or being forgiven. Okay, let's look up forgive. What does forgive mean? Because forgiveness is the act of forgiving. Let's look up what forgive means. To forgive, and I'm not lying, like I'm literally looking it up on Google, no cap. I'm not making up these definitions. I'm not just saying what I believe. I'm saying what the dictionary, what Oxford Languages thinks, okay? Forgive. What does it mean to forgive? Forgive means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. Y'all hear that? To forgive means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, a flaw, or a mistake. You out here feeling angry and resentful, and you carrying that anger and that resent into your life every single day, and that's exactly why you waking up miserable. That's exactly why you wake up from a full night's sleep and you're still tired, because you're carrying all that baggage with you, and that's a hard job. It is. It's a hard job. Forgiveness is not for the person. You're not forgiving your dad for abandoning you so he can feel better. You're forgiving your dad for abandoning you so that you can move on, so you can feel better. You're not forgiving your ex for cheating on you so that he can go to heaven. You are forgiving your ex for cheating on you so that you can attract someone who won't do it. And the craziest part about forgiveness is that most of the time, I realize that most of the time, people are willing to forgive the person who hurt them, but they haven't yet forgiven themselves. And I can relate to that. I went through some really traumatic experiences where I was able to mend relationships and forgive the person who hurt me, but I was not ready to forgive myself for getting myself in that situation. I think that people have a hard time forgiving themselves because people have a hard time with being accountable. It's really easy to blame your dad, to blame your ex, to blame your mom for where you at today. And when you decide to forgive your dad, forgive your ex, forgive your mom, you have to take the next step in saying, what part did I play in it? How did I have anything to do with this happening to me? And people don't want to swallow that big pill, you know? People don't want to admit that my mom is able to control me because I'm not doing what I need to do to get out of her house. People are not ready to admit that My dad was abusive towards me, and instead of forgiving him and recognizing this abuse, I continued to be with more people who were abusive. Instead of going to counseling or going to therapy, I decided to swallow it way deep down in my stomach, forget about it, and let it continue to show up in my relationships. Instead of recognizing that this man only treated you how you allowed him to, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, whatever you into, that person only treated you how you allowed them to. Instead of being honest and saying, this is a me thing, this is not all about what they did, this is about what I accepted, what I put up with, people would much rather blame everybody else. So let's talk about it. Let's dive deep. Let's start with, what is bothering you? What are you still mad about? What are you so upset for? Why are you so miserable? What is making you so sad? What is it? What is it? Because a lot of that negative and dark feeling can be resolved by forgiveness. Because remember, forgiveness is just the act of letting go of anger and resentment. So what is the subject at hand? What's bothering you? Is it the mom, the dad, the ex? Is it the boss? You know, what is the thing that happened, right? Here's the thing that happened. It's really heavy. It's heavy. It's weighing on you. It's heavy. It's the thing that happened that is heavy. It's so heavy. Every day you walking around with this anger on your back, with this anger in your chest, with this anger on your face because of this thing. What is it? Now that you identified this thing, what happened? What happened? What was the traumatic experience? Because this thing was just a day and a time and a moment in life. But what happened? Let's dig into what happened. I could do a little story time to give y'all some more context, right? So for me, I had a really hard time forgiving my ex for the choices that he made. And I had such a hard time forgiving him because I had to be accountable for the part that I played. So it was easier for me to be mad at him than it was for me to admit that I had been in a relationship with somebody who showed these signs and I had ignored these signs. So you see how it's a double-edged sword here? Yeah, he did some negative things, but I chose to be a part of this. I saw the signs. I recognized the behavior. People told me, people warned me. I didn't care. I still did what I wanted to do. And that's okay. These is choices that you made too. So understanding that there was two people making choices, the person who hurt me and myself who was hurting myself, really helped me have a breakthrough. I started to realize okay, I think I forgave him, but I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling sad. Why? What is making me feel depressed, angry, and sad? When I asked myself those questions, I realized that I was really upset with myself for the decisions that I made. A decision to be with this person, to maintain a relationship with this person, to have a child with this person. It just continued to go on. I was so upset at myself for doing all these things that even though at this point I had forgiven him, I had not forgiven myself for making these choices. The forgiveness came in when I used a tool called radical acceptance. Baby, radical acceptance changed my life. I was in therapy. I was in group therapy in an 8-week intense session. Every single day for 8 weeks, I had to go to therapy, and I had to go to therapy for 8 hours a day because I literally had lost my mind, y'all. I literally had lost my fucking mind. I had talked so much shit about people having kids, by people who already had kids, people who was in the streets, people who had cheated on them, and then I went and made the same damn choice. It stressed me out so bad. I was so disappointed in myself that I literally went down a deep hole of depression. I was postpartum. I was experiencing postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis. I was suicidal. I was angry. And therapy taught me radical acceptance. Let's look up the definition of radical acceptance. Hold on. So this is radical acceptance. And again, I'm using Google. I'm not making this stuff up. This is not just coming out of my mind or some notes. This is what Google said radical acceptance is. Radical acceptance is practicing a conscious effort to acknowledge and honor difficult situations and emotions. Fully accepting things as they are instead of ignoring, avoiding, or wishing the situation were different. Those was all the things that I was doing. I was avoiding the truth. I played the part in this whole situation, right? And most importantly, I was constantly wishing that the situation could be different. I was constantly wishing that I can go back into time and change things. But what the fuck was that doing for me? That wasn't doing nothing for me. Because reality, radical acceptance said that I'm a mom now, I have a son with this person, and we need to co-parent. That's what the reality was. It was no way getting around that. And so when that started to sink in with me, when I learned about radical acceptance and started to utilize this tool, my freaking bubble literally started to pop, okay? It was like a bubble around me of blaming everyone else literally popped and said, wait, Erika, what did you do here? What part did you play here? And by recognizing what I did and what part I played, I was able to actually utilize that information moving forward and make better decisions. Now let's talk about that a little bit. Because a lot of us have avoided the truth, have avoided reality, have decided to live in our own bubble and forgive no one, blame everybody else, and now we stuck in a space where we're not moving forward. What has being angry at your mom for 15 years done for you? What has it done for you? You haven't been able to build platonic relationships. You cannot trust your mother-in-law. You're not even able to drop your kids off at your mama's house, even though she's been trying so hard, even though she went to counseling. Your mom don't want the counseling therapy, done admitted all her mistakes, done want to rehab, whatever she did, whatever mistakes she made, she's righted them. But because you cannot find the capacity to forgive her, to forgive yourself, you're still angry with her. You lacking a babysitter. You lacking a real life relationship with the person who birthed you. Like, for what? It's not helping you. It's not doing anything positive for you to stay mad at your mom, at your dad, at your ex, at your grandparents. It's not doing nothing for you positive. So that's the number one reason why you need to just get the fuck over it. And not get over it and let people stay at your crib and act like your cousin never stole from you and act like your daddy never beat you. No, you ain't gotta pretend like it never happened. Because I'm the queen of reminding when it needs to be reminded. Oh, excuse me. I have a boundary set in place because X, Y, and Z happened. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine to set boundaries based on what has happened to you. But you cannot be creating bubbles of delusion and saying that everybody else is doing stuff wrong and you never did anything wrong and it's everybody else's fault that you are where you are. You can't do that. Now, if your mom didn't support you in your dancing journey as a child, I understand why you angry. If your mom talks shit about your dreams and your goals, I understand why you frustrated with her. But what I don't understand is why you still blaming what she did to you at 15. Like, why are you still using what she did to you at 15 as the reason why you're not doing shit at 35? So your mom didn't support you being a dancer when you was 15, and you still want to be a dancer to this day, but you're not taking a dance class right now? You not hosting a dance class right now? Your mom's still holding you back? No, she's not. You holding you back now. And this is why you need to get the fuck over it. Because mellowing in it, staying stressed about it, being angry at other people is holding you back from your full potential. You still mad at your sister for stealing that boyfriend. Well, the nigga ain't want you heated. Well, he ain't want you that bad if he want with your sister. She married him. He's a lying, cheating, abusive son of a gun. Now, I'm not going to say that's what she get, but seems like you dodged the bullet. Why are you mad at her for helping you dodge a bullet? Life is all about perspective. How can we change how we're viewing a situation so that it can positively impact our life? Let's say it again, because I think I just said a word. How can we view a situation in a way that it will positively affect our life? Everything's gonna be going bad right now. Everything. You may have stayed with this dude for far too long. You may have had way too many kids by him. He may have ran up your damn credit card bill. You might be getting evicted right now. This may be happening right now. You can write a list of the choices that you made, and you can learn, one, how to avoid making those choices again. 2, how to help other people avoid making those choices. 3, how to make better choices. 4, how to help other people make better choices. Maybe you needed to go through this abusive relationship with this guy who spent all of your money and got you evicted so you can help your siblings avoid this happening to them. Maybe it's so you can get on TikTok and tell your story and help other women avoid this happening to them. But what you don't need to do is let this defeat you. What you don't need to do is act like people have not been evicted before and then got another crib. So what if you getting evicted right now? Get the fuck over it. So what? I'm getting evicted. Me and my 3 kids is getting put out on the street on Friday. But I'm finna call these shelters. I'm gonna call these people and I'm gonna call a credit person and find out how I get this eviction off my credit. I'm gonna pick up another job for the next couple months so I can save some money, get this eviction off my credit. I'm gonna keep my credit card in my pocket. I ain't gonna let no player use my credit card ever again. I'm gonna keep my credit card in my pocket where it's safe. I'm going to be the one to go pay the rent. I won't depend on anybody else to go and pay the rent. I will take the rent to the office myself. Instead of making this a moment where your life is tumbling down and you can't believe this is happening to you, make this a moment where you can learn and use this information moving forward to never be in this fucking situation again. Because I guarantee you, your worst moments can be used as fuel and motivation for your best days. Being evicted this Friday could be the very reason why you become a homeowner next year. It could be the very reason why you focus on your kids, on your credit, on your savings account, on getting a better career. But this is only if you choose to. If you don't choose to get the fuck over it and level the fuck up, you will be right where you at right now. You'll be just like that auntie who always talking shit, always complaining and acting like it's everybody but her. Do you want that for yourself? I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. The number one tool that you can use to forgive people is radical acceptance. It is what it is. They said what they said. They did what they did. You handled it as you saw fit, and you can move the fuck on now. You can move on. And during the move on process, you should be doing your absolute best to learn from what you went through. What the fuck was I just doing? Why the heck was I just doing that? Where did I get this behavior from? What put this idea in my mind? Why did I think this was a good idea? Who warned me that I didn't listen to? Why didn't I listen to them? There's literally a list of questions that you can go down that are really like programmed internally, but you're not hearing it. You're not hearing these questions because you're not giving yourself a moment to digest what happened and move on. When you digest it and move on instead of wallowing in it, like you're literally wallowing in it because you won't forgive this person. You won't forgive yourself. You're literally still in the moment. But when you forgive them, when you practice radical acceptance and you forgive them and forgive yourself, you're able to put the moment behind you and reflect and say, damn, what happened? Why was I doing that? Why did I think that was okay? It's a 2-part process though. It's like, or maybe even a 3-part process. It's radically accepting the situation for what it is, forgiving the person, and then forgiving yourself. Once you go through these 3 steps, you'll be able to reflect in a way that will help you receive the information that you need in order to move forward in a better and positive space. If you did not forgive yourself, then you won't be able to be accountable enough to recognize the part that you played. If you have not forgiven them, then you damn sure can't even forgive yourself, because you're not even in a space where forgiveness is a theme. Forgiveness has to be a theme. Like, forgiveness has to be all the way around the board. It can't just be something that you give to half the party but not the other party. Everybody showed up in this room, baby. Everybody was here. So if you're going to forgive the one for coming, you got to forgive everybody for coming. They showed up and you showed up. So if you forgive you, you forgive them. If you forgive them, you forgive you. That's how we're going to do it, okay? Accept what happened. Just radically accept it. This is what it is. Your brain might be too full of nonsense to understand what happened, to process what happened. Put it on paper. This is what happened. This is how it happened. This is why it happened. And when you go through those steps, let it resonate with you and utilize that information moving forward so that you never go through this shit again. So that you become better. Use this information to transform your mindset around this particular topic. I forgave my daddy for abusing me. I forgive myself for never telling nobody. And I'm guaranteed going to make sure that moving forward, I'm loved properly because I love myself properly. That's how you take a messed up situation and turn it into a positive outcome for yourself. My mama did not support me. She did not believe in my dreams of being a dancer. I forgive her for doing so because her mama didn't believe in her. She didn't even think this was real. But I'm going to show her, I'm going to show myself, I'm going to show my grandma what we are capable of doing. Not that I'm going to show them that they should have believed in me. No, I'm going to show them what they're capable of doing too. That's how you turn a negative into a positive. Me and this man was in an abusive relationship, a toxic relationship. I learned that this is not the right way to love. And this is not the right way to be loved. And therefore, I'm going to learn how to love myself better so that I can attract somebody who loves themselves and we can love each other. That's how you turn a bad situation into a positive outcome for yourself. If you're confused about how to turn a bad situation into a positive outcome for yourself, if you don't know how to get the fuck over something, if you are still wallowing in some depressed moment, if you are still stressed out about some shit that happened quite some time ago, please DM me. Please message me. Please comment on this. Leave some fucking information for me so we can talk. Because I love to help my girls have a breakthrough. The thing about the Thrive Tribe is that we really focus on what was bad and turning it into something good. We really focus on turning what we believe to be what held us back into what is motivating us to becoming and being better and doing more. I did not learn how to forgive on my own. I did not learn about radical acceptance on my own. And to be honest, I only learned about this stuff because I had a complete mental breakdown that caused me to go to an 8-week program. If I never had the mental breakdown, I would have never went to the program. I wouldn't know nothing about this stuff, and I would not be able to educate y'all. Look at me turning a bad situation into a positive outcome. I love y'all. Even if I've never talked to you before, I love you. This is why I'm making this. This is why I'm talking to y'all about this. Nobody ever talks to me about this. Nobody ever mentioned this stuff to me. I would have continued living my whole life angry and blaming other people if this message didn't get brought to me. And so I'm bringing this message to you. I love you, sis. But me loving you won't mean shit if you don't love yourself. And the best way to prove to yourself that you love yourself is to forgive everybody who hurt you and forgive yourself for allowing them to hurt you. I'm going to end this session here because I feel like you got enough information to take with you to go learn some more on your own. It's time for you to go take action. My name is Effortlessly Erika. I'm your personal mindset coach, and I want to see you thrive. I want to see you transform your life and become the best version of yourself. And if you want to see that for you too, stay tuned for the next session. Love you.